We are not going to support anyone using the name of Biafra freedom or fighting for freedom to commit crimes in Biafra land, to kill fellow Biafrans. We are not going to allow Biafrans to kill other Biafrans in the name of freedom fighting. We're establishing a nation, and we need due process and protocol for everything we do, even in our military. I want to use this opportunity to bring to the notice of Biafrans of another Biafran that has been killed by Butuzor and General Uwam. We have a soldier called Akapiara Zoo. Akapiara Zoo is from Awo in Oshu, the same community with Commander Uwam, General Uwam. This guy was beaten, mutilated, and dumped inside a pit where he died under General Butuzor. But I want to let Biafrans know that what General Butuzor, Commander Uwam or General Uwam, what they are doing is not acceptable to the United States of Biafra government. They have no rights to be taking the lives of other Biafran soldiers that are fighting daily, that have fought daily to bring us to this liberation where we are. They have no rights to do that.
Depending on your time zone and your location, Tata the last day of August, 31st of August 2025. Live broadcast they made yesterday during the USB fundraising, and Dr. Ngozi Orabueze addressed Biafran. In fact, a whole lot of things was discussed during that broadcast, a whole lot of topic, a whole lot of issues. Lately during the week and last week, a whole lot of things happened in Igbo, and she literally talked about everything happening. So like you settle down and watch the video. That live broadcast yesterday. Settle down, watch the video. I don't want to talk much because the video might be somehow lengthy. So watch the video, drop your opinion in a comment section, and do well to share the video so that others will also come across it. Enjoy the rest of the video, guys. I'll be right back.
And again, I thank you. I welcome all Biafrans to this fundraising today. Thank you so much for what you do every day, for your persistency, consistency, and being able to let us continue to build our beautiful nation, one of the best in Africa and in the world. That is what we have promised to do. That is what we are doing by the second, by the minute, by the week, by the month, regardless of whether the enemy likes it or not. Regardless of the propaganda they carry or not, regardless of what their mindset is or not, it don't move nothing. It don't move nothing. It's a promise. I want to use this opportunity to recognize the presence of our leader, Onyedu Nnamdi Kanu. And we hope in the next few weeks, Nigeria will let him go so that he can join his family, his children, and be a free person. Because there's just no reason holding him. The tactics of the Fulani terrorist regime of Nigeria to continue to hold Onyedu Nnamdi Kanu. That tactics is already discovered by the world. The world at this time knows that the Nigerian government is a terrorist government. Different courts across the world have confirmed that. So they're holding Onyedu Nnamdi Kanu is just holding Biafrans, holding us, so that we don't protect our land and our people, so that we don't protect our natural and mineral resources. That is the only reason. And I tell them that they can never achieve that. So we thank our Onyedu. Just let him know for that which he's sick. We already got. We want to use this opportunity also to remember our Prime Minister, who is still being held by the Finland authorities. We hope that in the next few days, our Prime Minister will be a free man to join his family and enjoy his life, just like every of us that are free do enjoy. So we thank him for his sacrifices for the Biafran people, his sacrifices for making us a free nation, for helping us to have our sovereign land. I want to also use this opportunity to remember the United States of Biafra Defense, the United States of Biafra Liberation Army, the United States of Biafra Defense Forces, Navy and Air Force, and the police. I thank them for what they do. I thank the cabinet members, the state governors and their executives, the commissioners, the stakeholders, the nation heads. I thank all Biafrans for taking out time from your own busy schedule to be here today to join us to continue to support what we do with your time, with your money, and with your words. We truly appreciate that. Thank you so much, Famdi, for what you do every day behind the scene to make sure that we create one of the most transparent country in the world. It's not easy to put those numbers together. Thank you, Honorable Christopher and Honorable Patricia, for what you do behind the scene to ensure that our fundraising is free and the gadgets are working the way they should. As I have said, my speech today will be very, very brief, and it's going to be straight to the point. And that point relates to the generals we have in the United States of Biafra, whom has participated in the struggle under the liberation phase of this. Those whom Biafran people have supported in the past to get our freedom, to participate in our freedom, following the due process established by our Onyendu Nnamdi Kanu and our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. I got so many reports every day. But under the United States of Biafra government, like I clearly stated yesterday, we are not going to support anyone using the name of Biafra freedom or fighting for freedom to commit crimes in Biafra land, to kill fellow Biafrans. We are not going to allow Biafrans to kill other Biafrans in the name of freedom fighting. We're establishing a nation and we need due process and protocol for everything we do, even in our military. So I want to use this opportunity to bring to the notice of Biafrans of another Biafran that has been killed by Butuzor and General Uwam. We have a soldier called Akapiara Zoo. Akapiara Zoo is from Awo in Osun, the same community with Commander Uwam, General Uwam. This guy was beaten, mutilated, and dumped inside a pit where he died under General Butuzor. And General Uwam. This guy was a Biafran soldier that served meticulously under our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. It's still a fluid situation, and we are still investigating. But I want to let Biafrans know that what General Butuzor, Commander Uwam or General Uwam, what they are doing is not acceptable to the United States of Biafra government. They have no right to be taking the lives of other Biafran soldiers that are fighting daily, that have fought daily to bring us to this liberation where we are. They have no right to do that. I've gotten other complaints, but this one is the one that I need to let them know. They cannot continue to waste the lives of Biafran soldiers that we assembled by our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa and Nnamdi Kanu. And now, because they want to do their own thing, which only them know whom they are loyal to, whom they are working with, and of whom they are serving. Definitely, they are against Biafrans. So this soldier that General Butuzor and Uwam has killed by throwing him inside a pit is not acceptable under the United States of Biafra government. They will account for this. I want to use this opportunity. When we said we need a military in the United States of Biafra government that follows all the international and local laws to ensure we have the best military in Africa, there is a reason for that. There is a reason for that. It doesn't mean that people have not done things in the past or played good roles in the past. But since these individuals have deviated, want to do their own thing, towing the Nigerian part, they must stop killing Biafran soldiers. Our Prime Minister created the 40 states of Biafra. Every Biafran soldier, whether you've been there for the past 20 years, 10 years, or one day, you have to go to your state to defend your state from the reintegrated terrorists brought into your state by the Nigerian government. That is where we are right now. And that is the way it must be. The 40 states of Biafra that was created by our Prime Minister in line with Onyendu Nnamdi Kanu is what we have right now. All Biafrans that have been in the liberation must move, have been deployed to go to their states and defend their states. That is how we are going to secure our new nation faster. Butuzor, you cannot continue to keep innocent Biafran soldiers that we are following the Prime Minister in your camps and not feed them while they are hungry. You can only keep them for so long. I promise you. You can only keep them for so long. You cannot sustain them. Because what you are doing is out of order. It is out of line with what our Prime Minister has established. The Prime Minister established 40 states in Biafra land. That is what we have right now in the redeclared nation. We have a cabinet, we have a government, only one government that have redeployed these soldiers to go to their states and defend their states. You cannot continue to keep innocent Biafran soldiers that are following the Prime Minister, threatening them that you're going to kill them if they leave, because they took oath with you, and you cannot sustain them. You cannot sustain their feeding, of which every state in Biafra land now is participating in the building of their military, in the building of their defense, and in the building of their people, their police, their defense, their liberation, and their navy and air force. It is a state thing now, state by state. And all the 40 Biafran state governors are taking care of their soldiers. So you cannot starve Biafran soldiers that have been under you. You cannot do that. What you are doing clearly shows you are not for Biafrans. Because if you are for Biafrans, if you are for a Prime Minister, if you are for Onyendu Nnamdi Kanu, you can never go against this United States of Biafra government. So you and General Uwam, you must account for this commander who has played a very strong role in the produce area. These are a strong Biafran army that has played a huge role in the defense of our land. You and Commander Uwam, you cannot beat Biafrans, soldiers, and throw them inside pits and mutilate them. You do not have the right to take those lives. You cannot do that. So the defense will follow up on this and update Biafrans on what is going on and how the family could be informed of this killing by General Butuzor and Commander Uwam of this brave Biafran soldier whom they threw inside the pits. Unfortunately, he could not survive. Maybe like others. Who knows how many have gone that way. On that note, the United States of Biafra government is today establishing the United States of Biafra military tribunal. The function of the military tribunal is for them to handle cases arising from any command, from any Biafra military state, of any of the soldiers that has done one thing or the other. So this military tribunal will be trying all the cases in the 40 states of Biafra land that pertains to any military person. Any crime committed by any Biafran soldier must be reported to this United States of Biafra military tribunal. They are the one that will handle any case, no matter what it is. And they are the one that will make a decision on that. So today we establish the United States of Biafra military tribunal to be headed by Commander Jacobs from the state of Iwuroha. Other members of this military tribunal are Lieutenant Emeka Okafor, Honorable Ula Ogbonna, and we have 2 other appointments that is going to come for this from the Defense Department. These individuals, the notice will go out. They will handle all military tribunal cases arising from any Biafran soldier that may have stepped out to do one thing or the other. We've gotten so many reports about this individual, this Commander Uwam, that has participated in the death of this soldier, has committed some atrocities in that camp where he is, including doing things that ordinarily somebody in his status as a military person should not do. He has done that. But nothing has happened to him. Nobody killed him, right? Nobody killed him. Even with that he committed. He was not killed by Butuzor. You didn't kill him. And Commander Uwam knows what he has done. He knows what he has done to another commander's wife. But he was not killed. And now, this guy, brave Biafran soldier that fought to defend our land, you people have conspired to kill him. That is not acceptable. So the United States of Biafra military tribunal will be handling all the cases of enemies' behavior, misdemeanors, anything that arose from the Biafra military, from the commands and all that. And the information will be sent out to all Biafrans after this meeting. All the state commanders will be channeling any problem from the Biafran commanders to these individuals, to this tribunal. It is their duty to look at those cases on an individual by individual basis and determine the appropriate punishment. This is to forestall situations where, when we were in the liberation phase, people say, oh, yes, we do not have jails, we do not have camps and all that. But we can see now some of the words, some of the things that we are doing, which should be channeled towards our common enemies. We have common enemies and now being channeled to innocent Biafran soldiers that are fighting with these individuals. That is not acceptable. That is not acceptable. Our common enemies are very, very clear. And you can never see Biafrans talk or say anything when we engage in activities to remove our common enemies, the reintegrated terrorists, the Ebubagos, the Operation Udogachis, all the delegitimized governors, the Fulani terrorists that are coming to kill our people, the reintegrated terrorists wearing Nigerian military and police uniform with AK-47 sent down to our land to kill our people. These are our common enemies. From Onyedu Nnamdi Kanu to our Prime Minister to the United States of Biafra government, our common enemies are very clear. They must leave our land. That is the task that all Biafran military should be focused on. When you leave this task to now engage in internal rivalry, to engage in attacking your own fellow Biafrans, to engage in killing your own Biafrans because of one thing or the other, then you've deviated from that track that our Prime Minister gave you. that shows you are enemy of Biafra. You are an enemy of Biafra. When you kill your fellow soldiers, your target should not be against your fellow soldier, because that is what the Nigerian state, that is what Tinubu and Christopher Musa wants you to be doing, to eliminate the number of Biafran soldiers. When you should be focused on eliminating the terrorists that are in our land, killing our people, harvesting their organs, arresting them, the DSS dungeons, the Tiger base, all of them are there. And you are not touching those places. You are not attacking those places. But you are attacking fellow Biafran soldiers. You are enemy of Biafra, and you must stop. As I said, this investigation is still very fluid. But this committee, the USB military tribunal, will start work immediately to gather reports, investigate, and get back to the government on appropriate steps needed to take to make sure that we are building a disciplined military in the United States of Biafra. Let me be very clear one last time. Anybody, any military that is not in line with the United States of Biafra government established by Onyendu Nnamdi Kanu through our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, to the new nation, which we are building now with all the rules that guide a nation, that individual is working with the Nigerian state. And that individual is against the Biafran people. And we will not allow that to continue. On that note, that brings me, that is just one of the major speech I have today. And we will continue to monitor these individuals, what they do in all the places where they have commands, and continue to take appropriate actions to safeguard our Prime Minister's military men under their care. Thank you so much, Fandi, and you can take it from there.